All right, everybody, welcome back to Beyond Limbs, Amputee Answers and Options. We are going to give you the options about dating. Have you ever thought about what it would be like to date as an amputee? I'm married, so I didn't have to think about that, but I did think about how my wife would look at me after the surgery.
Yeah.
And so that's maybe a different but similar, but we're going to talk to Christie again. And we're going to talk to her about how she handled dating and what happened.
Yeah.
So dive in. Just tell what were your thoughts and when did you start?
Like dating would be college. High school was fun and you go on group dates and you go to dances and things like that. But when it came down to wanting to date to find someone, there was definitely a lot of like, how are they going to look at me? How do I wear shorts on the date so they can see my leg? Do I say anything about my leg? Like, how do I approach it? But really what it came down to was like, if I was okay with myself, then they would be okay with me. And if they weren't, then okay, that's fine. No loss.
Did you ever think about the amputee fetish weirdos?
No.
That's one of the first things that came to my mind was there's got to be weirdos out there that and it's probably more on the men's side that are the weirdos than the women's side.
Maybe, because I never thought about that. That's funny. No, it was more of just wanting, because for a while I struggled with feeling less of a woman because of my leg. And so for a while it was like I dated guys that matched that. They were less character strengths were weaker because I felt like that for myself. And so once I figured that out and got over that, then dating became really fun. There's two stories that I can think of in college. So in college, it started with the traditional, you meet someone at a party or an activity or whatever, and they ask you on a date. But then I also came into the dating app. Like I got to see the whole change, really. And so if you meet someone in person, okay, yeah, they see you have a leg, so it's not that big of a deal. But then it changed to computers and the apps. And you can post anything. You can hide anything you want on those apps, good or bad.
So let me interject.
Yeah.
I was on a dating app, probably one of the first ones. And at the time I was traveling a lot for business back and forth to Japan and stuff. And I had a layover in Las Vegas and I was meeting someone off of the app for the first time.
Yeah.
And this is before 9/11. So we could, when you come off the plane, people are right there waiting.
Yep.
I walk off the plane and I scan the audience.
Yes. You don't see them.
I scan back. And there's 10 years older and probably 50, 60 pounds heavier.
Yeah.
So you're right. You can put stuff in.
Anything. You can do anything. But a good thing about it, though, is it pushed me to be comfortable with my amputee or with being an amputee. Because if I wasn't comfortable with myself, again, they're not going to be comfortable with me. But I also had to realize the other side where there would be guys that would fully take advantage of that and want to, luckily, nothing like this happened, but want to push boundaries and stuff because I was weaker with my leg. And so that was like a caution that some friends gave me. Hey, you got to think about this side too. But really, that's just a general safety rule with dating, right?
Yeah.
But there was one guy, I think I was in my early 20s, and we met at the theater, and it's one of those that have like the reclining chairs. And so we were watching Ferdinand, and we recline the seat back, and he leans over, and he's so, how do you cuddle with that thing? And I was like, I'm watching the movie and not talking to you the whole time. So you're going to get that reaction. But then there's also, in college, I like to do Western swing. You just figure it out, right? You figure it out. And there was one time, my friend was a DJ at the time, so she's up in the DJ box, and she's, hey, come with me tonight. I'm DJ. You can just hang out with me. And at this time, I was in between legs. My old leg wasn't fitting really well, so I didn't want to wear it. And the new leg wasn't ready to have. And so I just went to Western swing on my crutches. And then a friend from high school saw me up in the DJ box, and he came over and he's, hey, come dance with me. And I was like, I just have my crutches. Like, I'm just going to sit out. We could try again next week. And he's, so come dance with me. And so we went down and I danced Western swing with one leg. So you get both sides.
Yeah.
Like, really, no matter what your circumstance in life, you're going to get people that are like, well, this is weird. I don't know what to do. And then you're going to get people like Mark who are like, I don't care. And so then that just pushed me to like, on the dating apps, just be upfront with it. There's nothing to hide about it.
Yeah.
And if people don't like it, they're just going to swipe. You don't need to date everybody on the app. You just want to date those that are going to know who you are.
Yeah.
And so I started posting like a picture of my leg, and they just mentioned, it just depended, but just something like, I'm an amputee, have been my whole life. You don't have to give them like your whole story. You just let them know. And so then when I was dating my husband now, there was a picture online of just my leg. And he asked me, so were you in the service and that's how you lost your leg? And I was like, no. But the point is, he just went with it. It wasn't a big deal.
So your leg was your profile picture?
No, it's one of it. It should have been. It should have been. Look at this thigh. Look at this Kevlar muscle. No, just one of the pictures you could see. But I tried to also post pictures of like me doing things that I enjoyed with my leg so that you could see it doesn't stop me.
Right.
Just because this is my circumstance doesn't mean it's going to stop who I am. And I got in a place where like I could become better with what I'm given, or I could become bitter. And that really weighed on me a lot of just, if I have two legs, am I going to be the same person that I am with one leg? And it's pushed me to like work on my character. If I had two legs, would I want to run? Yeah. I don't like running, but I did do weightlifting for a while.
That's funny. So when I found out I was going to have my leg amputated, there were times when I would think about the stuff that I wouldn't be able to do. Wouldn't be able to jump rope.
Totally.
I thought I wouldn't be able to run.
Mhm.
Once again, I don't like running, so I probably wouldn't be running. Anyway, I hadn't jumped rope in 20 years. Why am I worried about
Why am
that?
I going to? Yeah, but it's true because you think about, even though I've had an artificial leg my whole life, I still think about those things. Like I would compare myself. Like, oh, that's a two-legged person. They're doing all these cool things. I can't do that. But then you contrast of, no, I learned how to jump rope in second grade. I learned how to ride a bike when I was 21. I did marching band and started to see, no, I can Western swing dance. I can line dance. And you find the things that you like to do and you're okay with it. But it's just like anybody else. They find the things that they like to do and they're okay.
And I was talking with Scott in one of our things, and he talked about a guy that lost his arm, but he's a shooter. He's a pistol shooter. And they came up with a prosthetic to where he could move his shoulder to fire it.
Yeah.
And I'm a better shooter by just moving my shoulder than pulling the trigger like this before.
That's
so
awesome.
Some of the stuff you can even do better than you could before, maybe.
Yeah, you can for sure. And to go back to dating, sometimes there were people that would, hey, we want to do this activity. Are you okay with it? Yeah, of course. And I just would let them know if there's something that I genuinely don't know how to do because of my leg, then let's not do it, or let's figure it out. Like hiking up a mountain, I can do it, and it's going to take me longer than everybody else in the group, but I can do it.
There is a guy that has an inspirational video out. I can't remember his name. Sorry for just bringing this up in this point where I don't have all the information. But I've watched it several times, and he has stumps here and stumps here. He has climbed some of the highest peaks. Yeah. And he talks about, I didn't know how I could do it. I just know I wanted to do it. They made him he literally crawls.
Yeah.
He walks like a dog.
Yeah.
With this, because he's above the knee. He has no knees. And he has these shoes that he puts on his stumps, and then same with his upper, and he says, it's harder for me because I don't get to enjoy the view as I'm climbing. I have to stop, sit up, and enjoy the view. But he says, I had no idea how I was going to do this when I started.
Yeah.
And then we just figured it out. And he's worse off than either of us are.
Yeah.
Meaning, if he can do that, we can figure out the things that we need to do. And the same with
Yeah.
you guys out there listening. If there's something you really want to do, you can figure it out.
You can
Find the right prosthetist to help you. You can make it
do
happen.
it. Yeah.
So last pointers or things that you would give to people for dating.
For dating, just be confident and just be straight up and honest. You don't have to go like first date. You don't go into all the secrets of this is what I struggle with or this is what I like, but you just work on yourself so you are confident in who you are and you're confident in the things that you can do. And also understand that just like anybody else, you're going to have those moments where you just don't want to do it. You don't want to do life for a minute. You just want to be, I'm done, take my leg off, end of the day. And that's okay too, because that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
And so I think that's the most important thing is just be confident in who you are on your good days and who you are on your bad days. Who you are when you have blisters from trying to walk on a new leg and who you are when you've mastered walking on your leg. Just be confident.
And one thing that I would be confident, and this is for everything, not just dating. One of the things I've had to do is be willing to ask for help.
Yes.
And I'm on Scott all the time. I'll take a picture. Do I need to worry about this?
Yeah.
And he'll answer.
Yeah. Okay. With that, I've been on dates where I had crutches. And so I had to ask, like, I can do it by myself and getting out of cars, get my crutches, whatever. But I step back and just, hey, can you hold these while I get out? And then the date holds them and we get out and we go do what we need to do.
So be willing to do that and just
Yeah.
get out of your comfort zone and just do it.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us on this episode, and we will see you next time.